Wow, it is different out here.
Hey, everybody!
Hi, you guys, it is just so good to be here this week at the 13th annual
Philip Dome Home Genealogy Convention. That's right.
Here in Kansas City, beautiful Kansas City. It's been beautiful.
Beautiful. We got a great weekend for it, and I haven't been outside, but
It's been great weather.
great weather. So,
I think it's fun. It's just fun to just be here this week and just, no matter what our passions might be. I'm a Yankee Candle gal myself, but it's great to know that we all share the same passion of genealogy.
that's right, and I've seen us just like cutting loose in the scrapbooking room.
I've spent a little bit too much time, I think, at the Albert Burnham Memorial.
That's right. And is anybody else's thumb still black from getting your thumbprint analyzed at parchments and things, right? Jerry, Thumb Brothers. So just to kind of bring things to a close, we want to share with you a discovery that we came across this week, and that is that Danielle and I are actually distantly related. And we found out that our great-grandfathers were actually a comedy duo in the 1920s, Butterball and Kibblesmith. Where we're going with this.
I'm not
non-performers.
Not a comedian. I love American Funniest Home Videos. Don't
Can't get enough of that.
Don't you hear about that.
And I'm one of my fellow monk heads. Can't get enough of that bloody monk. So we uncovered two partial transcripts of our great-grandfather's act, and we just like to share it with you guys.
First time ever.
First time in 86 years. So now this goes.
Yeah, sit back and enjoy that ride, okay?
All right.
Kansas City.
Hey, Butterball.
Yeah, Kibblesmith.
I say, this crowd looks swell, but not as swell as the crowd in Carnegie Hall.
I know. I just love how they had the crowds roped off like a boxing match.
Speaking of boxing, how is your wife?
Great. We just had our first 10-year anniversary.
Oh, what'd you get her? A romantic getaway?
Yeah. I said, she came close and I said, get away!
Hey, I'd go easy on your wife if I was you.
That's funny. She said you were pretty rough with her.
Hey now, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, you know.
Well, if your wife lived in a glass house, I'd tell her not to take showers either.
Tell me about it. My wife has a face made for the radio.
Yeah, what I can't stand about my wife is that she's always standing on her soapbox, talking about how she has to get out of that kitchen and into that bread line.
Tell me about it.
Well, I am, Kibblesmith. I told her if she gets into that bread line, who's gonna make all the bread?
So how about that new leader they've got over there in Germany? He's pretty charismatic.
That little mustache is pretty sharp. I've only got one problem with that guy.
What's that, Butterball?
He's not in charge over here. Speaking of mustaches, how is your wife?
Oh, she can't stop talking about Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart is the first woman to go flying across the country. Amelia Earhart is the first woman to go flying across the ocean.
Wow! Do you think she might try something like that?
Well, if she doesn't shut up about it, she's going to be the first woman to go flying into our kitchen wall.
Hey, you keep talking like that, you might get yourself arrested for attempted murder.
It's my wife who should be arrested for attempted murder.
Why, Kibble Smith? Is she trying to defend herself with a gun?
Nope.
A knife?
Nope.
Well, why? How did she try to kill you then?
She made me dinner.
Well, my wife made a delicious roast the other day. I said, honey, this roast is delicious. It tastes just like your mother's. And she starts crying.
Why, was your mother a terrible cook, Butterball?
No, her mother died making a roast.
Ow-wee! Well, my wife's got her mother-in-law's face.
Is that so?
Don't worry, we're going to return it to her this weekend.
Whatever happened to the good old days, Kibble Smith? Before wives, when we were just dancing, being kids, wringing out the cat to dry, smoking those Chesterfield cigarettes on those college campuses. Speaking of college, Kibble Smith.
Gilsmith College? I never heard of that school before. What did you major in? Butterball?
No, speaking of the good old days, let's sing a song.
Yeah, okay. Hey, baby.
Darling,
Hello, my ragtime gal. You kiss my wire.
hello, my heart's on fire.
Then we'll be left alone, so baby, telephone. Tell me I'm your own. Dum, dum. When you were out with your mother last night. She sure is old.
That wasn't even my mother, that was my wife.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. From the way you were putting your hand up her skirt, I thought you might be a Belgian.
No, in fact, when my wife and I were dating, I was a perfect gentleman. I took her home every night.
Wow, that must have been a long drive.
Yeah, all the way back to the Jurassic period.
Well, so speaking of driving, Butterball, I hear you're thinking of getting one of those new Model Ts.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it, and I think I'm going to get a pretty good deal on it, too.
Why's that, Butterball?
Because I already have my own crank.
Oh, you mean you bought one separately?
No, I mean my wife.
Well, you know, I've got one of those Model Ts myself.
Really, you take it out?
Yeah, in fact, just last night I was out driving around in the dark and I hit a kid.
Really, what'd you do?
Nothing, I just drove away.
Well, if my wife ran out in front of a car like that, I'd hang her out to dry.
Oh, so that's why that dress on your clothesline was kicking and screaming.
Speaking of laundry, how many Jews does it take to stuff clothes?
I gave up, Butterball. How many Jews does it take to...
2. One to crawl inside, and the other Jew to sew him up with his tiny Jew hands.
That's a good one, Butterball. But what I really want to know, besides how loose your wife is why do black people always smell like wet cardboard? Thanks everybody.
I hope we had a lot of fun up here. I know I did.
The 13th annual Philip Temple
No,
Genealogy. Thank you, Kansas
See you next
City.
year,
Yeah,
guys.
we'll catch you guys.